I'm hoping this can't be heard because last thing I want is YouTube be like, oh, we're gonna red mark you. Granted, I don't get monetized, but you know, it's always just a pain in the ass. Okay, so hey guys, it is actually Tuesday. Well, Tuesday early in the morning, like 1:17 in the morning. I usually tend to do this like Monday night, and I've been wanting to try to do it on Sunday night, but last night I was playing late with Vincent. Um, we were playing. God, we were like playing everything. Vincent, by the way, I'm gonna start calling by Hunter. Um, it's complicated, and I might try to explain it. You know, why not? I should try to explain it now. I've always known him as Vincent Cecilia, his more or less user handle for the past several years, and he's one of the very few people that have been like I never met him before, but a previous version of myself. And no, I don't mean like a reincarnation or anything like that. Another persona previous to me being a persona now, um, was very close to him. And for some reason, he's been around for like at least 2 generations. So a lot of the other personas actually seem to trust him, which I don't understand why, because he's a complete asshole. But I guess is the idea of like, you know, he's truthful with what he says. So um but yeah, I was playing with Hunter. Matter of fact, he just got his computer up and running a little while ago. About he finally got things together about last week, and he one of the reasons he did kind of get it all working together was because he wanted to play kind of like against me, or at least like the version that he was kind of used to, but he's understanding that I'm different. So I'm actually talking to my friend right now, Tammy, about our stimulus checks. We haven't received ours. And we happen to be the people who are like kind of like non-filers for taxes. Mainly because we either don't make money or we don't make enough. I just don't make enough, or I don't make it enough consistently. And I think it's one of those things we're just gonna have to find out in the next couple of weeks. Like let me tell you, my a big D was like, you know, you better not try to, you know, spread the wealth there. Like that money that you got is all yours. So don't let anybody else try to talk you out of your money. And I'm like, well, I still got bills and I still got responsibilities, but I do understand what it means. I definitely understand what it means. There we go. I definitely understand what it means. I need to remind myself to always keep my volume up because I do realize the last video it was kind of low, and I'm so used to kind of talking codec that like codec, by the way, is communication through the ear canal. Is how we communicate. You know, us. Me, my alters, my personas is what I call them. Well, is what we've called ourselves until we realize that other people here in tow call them alters. So, um, let me go by the numbers before I lose track of what I'm trying to like the things I want to get off my chest. So this week, well, first of all, you see this. I'm gonna start trying to keep dates there, so it makes it easier for well, you guys should know what day it is when if you're watching this live. But for those people who aren't watching it live, you know, and for me, when I look back on it, it might be good to have the date on the screen to just kind of make things a little bit easier on me. What else is there? As I'm trying to make sure what I'm watching is relevant. Um, so what do I got? I actually made a list. So first thing I have is Rogue One because I was actually watching that earlier today with the guys, Jay Ocean, aka Josh, and Yoshi, aka Zach. Um, they watched Rogue One, and Josh got me to watch every single Star Wars movie maybe a year and a half ago. Every single one. So, except for that one, somehow like he was like, I could have sworn we watched it. I'm like, nope, that's whatever reason. Maybe maybe I juked it because I'm not really much of a movie TV watcher, and like and I know I get tired if I'm not like doing like everything everybody else wants me to do. And I don't mean everybody else in tow. I just like this like if you ever see me in my own habitat, I am doing 4 or 5 different things at the same time. It's not that I have energy. It's just kind of like I get in a way easily. Oh, my brother Michael, persona brother. He is autistic. I also believe he's also a little bit what's another word? Let's just go with autistic for right now. And he just it's hard for him to keep focused. Me, I'm only like, yeah, you gotta stay focused. You gotta keep doing what you're doing and do it till you're done with it. Well, apparently now I'm starting to do so many different things. Luckily, I'm able to finish most of the things that I do, but a lot of times it's kind of like, oh, well, I gotta stop doing this because I have to run off and do something else. Anyway, so me and the guys watched Rogue One tonight. It's kind of like since we can't do the whole, going out to theaters or whatever because of the social distancing, we are in a way now doing guys night in. So kind of works. Another thing about Rogue One is the character Princess Leia's in it. And I think Josh made a comment like, oh, whenever you see her, you tend to only like the first thing you think about when you think about that actress or that character is the scene where Princess Leia is with Jabba the Hutt and she's in that bikini. I'm like, honestly, no, because the first now because of me watching Rogue One, I will always kind of imagine her like digital. Like, oh no, we all just recognize her from that one scene, like every straight guy, yada yada yada. I'm like, I to me, like I think about like if the only way Princess Leia in a bikini comes to mind is whenever Jabba the Hutt comes to mind, and I'm like, oh yeah, Jabba the Hutt had Princess Leia on a chain in that bikini kind of thing. But to me, like I don't automatically go, oh Princess Leia bikini. I go like, oh Princess Leia, bun. Now digital bun because I watched Rogue One, but yeah, that was my night tonight. I know probably is like the most unattractive thing, but I'm okay being unattractive. Not my job to be attractive. Not really. But with that being said, um, Donna invited me to dinner. Like that's to me that's crazy. To me that's crazy. I mean, not crazy bad. I mean, like I'm like ecstatic. Can't remember the last like time that I was invited to dinner and it wasn't because I was already in a relationship kind of thing. So that's like I'm kind of nervous because I don't do well with social cues, especially according to Annette. She's like, "Yeah, you and your social cues are completely off." I'm like, "Yeah," because like if someone needs me for something, it's because of my skill sets or our skill sets. It's not because like, "Oh yeah, come and have dinner." Like even downstairs when like now they're having sit down meals. It's kind of like, oh, man, we gotta sit down there and like kind of just be like, "Yeah, we don't even want to be here." Not because it's like okay, what do I talk about? Well, I can talk about video games again. I can't talk about I nothing anybody else really does there. Do I only know then? I talk to Sue throughout the day. I talk to Nakoma throughout the day. Josh, me and him talk virtually every night. Chuck tells us about what he does for work. Whenever something like for instance, this past week, he finally got his radio station WPHB up and running, and it hasn't been really up and running optimal for about a year now. And now the frequencies up. people are actually able to hear it now. The company that had it before was just kind of like, you know what, it's not really our biggest money bringer or whatever. Just excuses of why like they're not really like keeping up with it. And Chuck's like, yeah, man, this is my radio station. Like I'm kind of like the main person here, so like get on it. Well, luckily Twilight picked it up, and now they put the money in to kind of make sure that it is being heard, because radio stations that aren't being heard aren't making money. They're not making money, then but now that it's being heard, he's all like excited, like, yeah, we finally get to get people to like advertise on it. So that's always good. I was talking about Donna. So yeah, social cues. Man, I go through so many trains. Train of thoughts. If you understand that reference. Um, Hold on. Sorry, Tammy's talking to me about a friend of hers, Roland. He's gonna be on the History Channel in June. He is going to be on Alone on the History Channel. I don't know what Alone is because I don't watch TV that much. Uh, so she's gonna have to explain that to me. But like all right. So was it? I guess let's say Sunday night. No, wait. Let me go back a little bit further. So I believe it was Friday. Friday, I went down. Donna happened to be over at her parents, and I happened to realize, oh, I got a couple bucks. I'm doing some runs. I might as well see if I can stop by her parents' place, which is closer than where she lives to me. Um, but only by like 10 minutes, not even that much. Anyway, I go down there and I realize, holy crap, I'm going down to someone else's house who I wasn't like walked to. Like they gave me her mom gave me the address. He's like, oh yeah, just come down whenever you want to. I'm like, okay. So I just drive down there with a bag of Taco Bell because three women, and being Donna, Bella, and Donna's mom, and then there's Donna's dad. So I'm like, okay, well, who doesn't like tacos? So I picked up some tacos, and as I pull up in my loud ass car, not even at the like driveway, 'cause I didn't know where it was, so I kind of stopped like a little. This is gonna sound weird. A couple houses down in like a empty lot kind of area. Get out the car, lock my car. It didn't look like a bad neighborhood, but like you never know. So I get out the car and I look at my phone. Okay, random number here. 90. No, 91, 93. There we go. So here it is. I knock on the door, ring the doorbell, and I'm like, what am I doing here? Not that I forgot, but I'm like, what am I doing here? Just like coming down unannounced. Like I wouldn't even like it if I did this. What am I doing here? And her dad opens up the door. And I'm like, hello, I'm Nicholas, and I just brought food. And they're like, oh, cool, yeah. And Bella looks at me like, oh, hey, it's Nick. And I'm like, yeah, I brought food. And, Donna and Bella were all like, oh, that's really cool. Her mom's like, hey, I'm Bella's mom. And, I shook her hand. And her father introduced himself, and I shook his hand the best way I know how to, years of military and whatnot. And firm grip guy, that guy, firm grip. Hmm. I'm like, okay, well, I dropped off the food. I'm kind of in the middle of a couple other things, so I just want to make sure that you got this. Hope you all have a nice weekend. And they're like, you can stop by whenever you want and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, I might take you up on that. In my mind's like, I don't know when. I don't know when that would ever be, because I don't just drop by at people's house like, hey, hey, what's up? How you doing? Won't stay in there. But maybe so that had to be Friday. So Sunday night, I no wait, Saturday night, both Donna and Donna's mom messaged me separately, going, oh, something just happened, and they're trying to bite their tongue, and I'm like, I hope I didn't do anything that maybe they. I'm thinking like, okay, what did I do bad in the past? Let's say 90 days. What's something I should be concerned about? What is something that any one of us could have done that I need to be concerned about? I'm like, okay, well, James hasn't seen his people, so I should be good on that. um, Danny doesn't do anything wrong. Like, did Michael, graffiti another billboard? I mean, like, he hasn't done that in this town yet, but like, or maybe they found out more about like, rumors about what happened with the incident of 2014. So like, I'm like, how much damage control do I have to do then? Hey Jack, I didn't think you would actually be watching, but yeah, maybe the next time that I have money, I'll be able to come down to Auntie's place. Well, Jack's in the chat room, guys. So yeah, if I happen to ever bring back taco, like if I happen to be out and about and I have tacos, keep in mind, what is it from the taco place to Jack's place? It's like, I want to say like 15 minutes. It might be kind of cold, but I might do that. I don't know. Especially if I have to be up there for whatever reason. Um, but Donna and her mom seemed kind of like disturbed. So I was like, okay, what's up? But like it was kind of late. I don't go to bed until like late, and I get up pretty early. Um, but no, not everybody has the same schedule as I do. So I was like, hey, oh, interesting. Oh, so the show's called Alone. All right, let me stop jumping. Um, so they, so I talked to Donna's mom, who was the first one to get back to me, and she was like, "Well, Donna's gonna be kind of mad if I tell you this." I'm like, "If it's something bad, if it's something that I did, please know that I'm already sorry." It's like it's nothing that you did; it's something that her ex-husband did. I'm like, "Oh, is everything okay?" And she went on to explain that um, apparently Donna's ex-husband was mad that she might be seeing somebody. And keep in mind, Donna's husband is an ex because he went off with somebody else. He jumped ship on his own family. Kind of like what Xavier's mom more or less did with me. Um, so that whole like it's kind of like, oh, you don't got no room to talk at all. And she's like, well, that wasn't really the worst part. And I'm like, okay, what happened? Well, she went on to explain that the way that he described, because apparently he must know it's me, and me being of such a dark chocolate complexion here, he happened to have a pretty big problem and use some terminologies that children should not hear, that most people shouldn't even hear. And they're like, like they were just really disgusted with him. Like they were already disgusted with him with the way that he carried everything else out. And like here he is going like, oh, you shouldn't be dating nobody when he has jumped ship. Now keep in mind he's with somebody who isn't the person I don't believe he is the same person that he left Donna for. And now this person he's with, they are going to have a child together. Keep in mind they only really broke up, let's say uh, underneath 2 years. It might be a year, it might be 2 years, but it's kind of like underneath that level there. Um, so like he's already moved on, doing his own thing, and what have you, and so for him to kind of go like, oh yeah, you shouldn't be yada yada, you shouldn't get to move on. Donna's very artistic in the sense that like she writes it's not poetry, but it's like that. And she posted and like I read it before Donna's mom told me this, and I'm like, oh, you know what, get to move on. And she was always kind of like not irked and not really even bothered, just kind of like just like in the weird in between of like being angry and just like being like, oh, it's your life, I don't care anymore. um so the fact that he was like, you know you shouldn't do that, it's just like ridiculous and stupid. But they're like, yes, whatever, he's an idiot anyway. But then like he started bad mouthing me, not knowing me. He doesn't know me. Now I know him through people, through Dani and his people Dani and James, through the people that Dani and James knows. I know of Jordan, but I don't really know him. I never met the guy. I think I might have met the guy once whenever they were married and they came over to see Xavier's mom whenever she was still living with me and Xavier. Um, so like I like if there was a lineup like, all right, pick up this dude, I'll out of a line of five, number 10 down the hall, for all I know, like I couldn't be able to pick him out. But apparently this guy didn't have didn't have anything nice to say based upon the color of my skin. Um, and I told Donna's mom, look, I've encountered that a lot in my life. people who are that close-minded, people who are just that angry, and what have you. And it doesn't matter. What matters is that, and then Donna's mom's concern was that, oh, he's trying to tell Donna to be afraid of you. So my response to that was, I just am gonna be the best man I can be, the best person I can be to Donna and Bella. And sorry, that that Jordan's trying to get Bella against me, and I'm like, I can't change what he says. I can't change that. What I can do is show Bella that not all people are the same. That people can be different and people can be better. I think I talked about that many times before. So I'm hoping that maybe I'm hoping that I'm not hoping. I know I can be able to show her that, look, first of all, not all people are bad. People are entitled to their opinion. If people don't like me, that's fine. But understand, I want her to see me for who I am, and I want to be a good person to Bella and Donna. Um, so apparently Donna's mom like that answer was not intentional for me to say it in the way for anybody to need to like. It's just something that, like, I was like, okay, well, that kind of made me feel good. And it was pretty late when we were talking, so like, okay, well, I'm gonna end this conversation. I'm gonna run off and do other things. You know, good night, ma'am. I think that's what I said. And she's like, call me mom. I'm like, good night, mom. you know, I guess it put me on a little bit on the cloud 9.5, let's just say. So yeah, the next day, Donna was like, "Hey, do you want to come down and eat dinner on Tuesday?" I'm like, "Well, Tuesday I'm busy. Let's do it on Wednesday. Wednesday I'm a little bit more free." So she's like, "Yeah, we can do that. We're either gonna order out or I'll make something." I'm like, "Look, as long as I get to spend time with y'all, that's cool." I'm also gonna take precautions, lotion, well, not lotion, sanitation lotion kind of stuff. Um, I'm not gonna really try to interact with anybody else. I know that Donna's doing like healthy well, so is Bella doing healthy well. Her mom's doing healthy well. Well, when I met them, I actually had my mask on because something else that I'm jumping here. um, Nan went back to the hospital. Apparently she's having she's gonna need oxygen. Not that she is getting sick, but her body is actually starting to not be, from what I understand, produce enough oxygen. So it's not the C virus at all. Sadly enough, it is just, she's getting older, which is really kind of sad. I like Nan. Um, but they're helping her. They're giving her treatment for it. And they're just kind of, playing it by ear, keeping her closely observed. They're having even a nurse come down to the house and make sure that she's okay. So, prayers. I'm not exactly the most religious person, but they are. So, pray for the people that look at me as somebody important. Sometimes I find difficulty in doing that myself, so when other people do it, I definitely want good things to happen to them. But she's back now. Jack just informed me. Yeah, she actually came back on Friday. So like I said, she's doing a lot better, um, and everything else. So like it's good that she's doing better. Yay! I'm just really happy for the people who I am close to who are kind of happy. You know, no one's perfect. No one's going to be perfectly euphoric, especially in a time like this where, like, we're all kind of going stir crazy, having to be stuck indoors and everything else like that, and not being able to go, not even the idea of socializing, but kind of like not being able to like normally go to the store, or normally go to school or work or appointments or things like that. Like even me having to go to my meetings all digitally, Skype meetings, phone call conferences, that whatnot. So trying to keep my my throat from getting dry again. I realized that like I need to do that a lot from talking for a straight hour. Um, what else is going on? I've been talking to Dani, my ex-girlfriend. That's interesting. Not in an interesting bad way. It's kind of just like how do I explain it? We are friends now. I don't expect anything from her. She doesn't really expect anything from me, and we can just talk about what's going on. And I think I mentioned before that she still has the same problems that she was going through when we were dating, and those problems were there before was around. And I'm hoping that, at least as a friend, not asking for anything in return, that I'm able to be able to give her a level of support. Like, yo, don't let your mom's abuse get to you. Like, it's not like physical abuse. Don't think it's just like constantly just putting her down, kind of stuff. And I'm like, yo, don't let her get to you. Don't let her bring you down. But you just gotta keep doing what you got to do. You gotta like get up and be active. You gotta get up and do what is required of you. Just letting Jack know. Thank you for the confirmation on that. But yeah, like it's just mutually friends. Like, and it's tough. It is tough. But matter of fact, there was a little bit of a moment where I was kind of like, well, things are going well. Like, I'm able to talk to Dani again, and we're talking on a regular level. So maybe we should try to, yeah, like. Then my mind's like, you know what? Like I said before, problems still exist, and I even explained it to like, well, problems still exist and everything else. What was wrong in your life is still, still going ongoing. And I'm still doing the stuff that I'm doing in my life that's still ongoing too. So like, where we were is not was not good, and if we were to get back, it wouldn't have changed. So more or less, I more or less just not only just told myself, but also told her like, yo, this shouldn't be something that we should try to, excuse me, look into or look forward to, because I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a healthy thing to do. Um, I don't know. Jack just asked, "Are you talking to somebody on video chat or something?" Actually, nobody. Since I don't go to therapy right now. Um, One of the reasons I'm doing this is so that I am able to kind of just talk about my week, so I understand. Okay, well, I do stuff throughout the week. Another reason I'm doing this particular, like these sets of videos, video log number 10, week 18, which you can see over there, is because for the year 2020, I wanted to make a goal where I made more videos, because there was a time in the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, I didn't even do a video. So I kind of was like, okay, well, how do I change that? Even if I feel nothing's going on, how do I really change that? So, um, I came up with this idea of like, oh well, if I just do a video and just talk about what I'm going through in my life, will it really be that bad? So, oops, well, I'm turning everything off. um, so that's one of the reasons I'm doing this. So where was I? Talking about Dani. So I was able to be open with Dani and talk to her about the things that I really feel were a problem, why I don't think that getting back together is a good thing. And that was just based on me and her. And I'll keep in mind, I also explained to her that I am interested in somebody else. Obviously, I talked to you guys about Donna. So like, I was like, yeah, there is somebody I've been kind of talking to. I'm not hiding that at all. Um, but I don't want you to feel that because I am talking to somebody else in a potential relationship way, that you and me cannot still be friends. So yeah, that works, and this it's nice to know that like I have that friendship with her still, that we can still be friends like that. It's not something that like, oh, well, if I'm not getting anything out of you, then why am I bothering, kind of thing. It's like, well, that's how you like. Luckily, it's not how she felt, but if it was how she felt, it'd be like, okay, well, if that is how you feel, then I completely understand, and good luck with your life and everything else like that. Um, Thank you, Jack. He said, "Oh, okay. Well, I'm here to listen." Oh, thank you, Jack. Um, and I gave Dani that respect that I felt I didn't get whenever she moved on and stayed and dated another guy, virtually like days to weeks after we broke up. And she was like, "Well, I known this guy for a long time." I'm like, "Yeah, but we just broke up." But like, who am I to say? Like for a year, I haven't dated anybody else. I haven't been with anybody else. So when it came to like me and Dani talking, I'm like, "Look, I'm letting you know. Even though communication with us is good, I don't have any. I am currently talking to somebody else. We're not dating, but I am in the process of moving towards that general direction." So to me, that meant a lot for me to kind of be upfront with her. Like I didn't want to hide it. I didn't want her to get the wrong impression, and she understood as a good friend. So I really do appreciate that. Earlier, I talked about my friend Vincent. Once again, I'm going to start calling him Hunter, and the reason because of that, because like I said in the beginning, of our friendship. I knew him as Vincent, which is once again not his name, is his handle. Um, like a username, if you will. But like he knew other like past personas. So knowing those past personas, like he's been around for many, like more generations than most people have. Usually whenever like in our life, people tend not to like cross because otherwise they'd be like, wait a minute, you look like James. I'm like, I'm not James. Do not mix me up with that mess that he's part of. And people are like, oh, Dani. I'm like, I'm not Dani. Like some people, and this confused a lot of us. We went to a I'm gonna call it a community guidance center, like a community center. I'm gonna call it. We went to a community center with a certified peer specialist way back when, and someone goes, "Hey, Kevin," and I had to look at James and Simon like, do we have a Kevin? Do we have a Kevin? Because I don't remember a Kevin. Like, I'm looking through the files. I don't see a Kevin here. Maybe she's mistaken. Like, wait. Here we go. Brief period. Kevin. Yeah, there it is. I'm like, okay. Ma'am, no, I'm not Kevin. I'm Kevin's brother. Because, like, to tell somebody, like, oh, yeah, Kevin's in this head somewhere, it's just hard to explain to a lot of people. So, but with Hunter, it's like he just kind of like oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense because like one moment I'll be talking to you about one thing and then suddenly your personality would just change and like you would try to continue the conversation which you knew nothing about, obviously from the way you were talking, and then boom, you wouldn't be back, but it'd be a different personality. And like but he was like, I kind of got it almost immediately. I'm like, okay, well, cool. So like he's one of the people that I call like one of our handlers, a consultant, if you will. I refer to him. I don't refer to him. I think of him as a consultant of certain things that are real and certain things that need to be addressed about life in general, rather than like um, any one particular genre. Matter of fact, we talk before he got his computer up and running, before he had a laptop, but we would talk every 2 weeks about like, oh, what's going on in your life? And he's like, dude, every time I hear your life, it's like a sitcom, and it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous the things that go on around you. It's ridiculous about the things that you go through. If this was a TV show, it would still be on the air because people couldn't get enough of it. Not because of all the good things, but mainly because of all the crazy shit that happens. And I'm like, yeah, I completely understand. Because when you have more than one, most people have crazy stuff, and it's just them. Now imagine if like six other people were in your head, kind of thing, like going like, oh yeah, do this, do that. Okay, well, I'm just gonna do this now. It's like, not always the easiest thing, but we manage. We haven't, set the world on fire, so that's always a plus. But since he got his computer up and running, we've been talking a lot more regularly, almost on a daily basis. He only got his computer fixed like late last week, so like Friday. So he got his computer fixed, and we've been talking. He introduced me to this program called Streamlab OBS. It's kind of like the program I'm using now, but it's more or less just for gaming stuff. So like I used it, I'm like I instantly loved it. So I've been twitching is what I'm gonna call it. I've been twitching on Twitch for like the entire weekend. I twitched a game called Paper Please, which is a game that Kitty got me. Freaking loved it. Like if if you guys see this particular video, it might still be on Twitch, so check it out. If it's like a week or two after this date, it's probably not gonna be up there. It might be on the YouTube channel for Second Chance Gaming, but no guarantee on that one. I played that. I played Rainbow Six with him. Oh my goodness, it's like back. It's like, even though we haven't gamed together in 2 years, the second we got into it, he's still good, and I'm still trying to catch up. And like it's not even like that. He's let me take it all back, because if he heard that, he probably his head would blow up. Like no, the bullshit that the game allows him. Like we were playing Rainbow Six, and I knew where he was. He knew where I was. I come up around the corner, pop, 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 pop. 4 to 5 bullets midsection, right? He's like, I'm alive. One shot from a shotgun, boom, done. I'm like, I wasn't even that close. All those bullets couldn't have hit me. He's like, the game said it did. The game said it did. Oh, Jack likes Paper Please. Well, if you like Paper Please, check out the Twitch channel. I could put a hold on, I could probably actually put that URL in the chat. So if you happen to have time to watch me and my ridiculous gameplay there, me playing Paper Please, check it out there. I'll try to even put it in the description for this video. I could do that on the fly. I'm learning how to do this more regularly, and I am loving that. Like, I'm getting better with the whole streaming and editing and everything else like that. So yeah, there's that. We also played Tekken 7, which is great. Yu-Gi-Oh! He wiped the floor with me again. I need to seriously learn how to do that better. What else have I been playing? Yu-Gi-Oh, Tekken 7, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and Rainbow Six were the 4 games we played. I also played Paper Please, testing out certain things, you know, how certain layouts and how things work. It was pretty interesting. Give me a second. I'm trying to get to the. Did I mess up? I think I might have messed it up. Yeah, I did. Hold on. Get rid of all the things from the previous week. There we go. Kill it. There we go. Links. One being the Twitch account, TV/Nicolas Serious. There we go. So I saved that. We're thinking about picking up a game next week. He already has it. It's called Streets of Rogue. And I swear the way that he described it's like when you describe a 2D pixelated game and so much like the way he describes it to me is like so much detail. It looks interesting, but when you watch it, it's like it doesn't transit like what happened, but it looks differently whenever you look from a top-down 2D model kind of thing. So it might be interesting. It might, I think it's going to be interesting, especially watching him play. So keep an eye out for that next weekend on Twitch. I'm going to try to do that. So I'm kind of excited for that. Cough, cough. What else is happening? Annette, me and Annette, which is the specialist when it comes to not just my DID, but also for helping me understand childhood trauma and autism for the Legacy Project when it comes to Xavier and meeting him face to face. We've been working a lot more on being able to handle my stability mentally while the other agencies worry about my stability physically. Me and Nat were talking about the fact that, like, on paper, I look like not agitator, the criminal on paper because of the incident of 2014, but the fact that I do suffer from PTSD, I talk about the fact that I don't sleep. It's because there are reasons why I don't sleep, and it's just really complicated. I'm not gonna go into the whole detail of that, but like she's like the way you describe her in terror and fear. You are terrified of Xavier's mother. And I'm like, well, a little bit I am in a way because I never trusted anybody like that. I never trusted anybody so far to, one, have my child, two, live with them, three, love them, get married to them, have a home, like, the whole everything that it comes with, like, being married to somebody, being with somebody, having a family with somebody, and then having that person completely destroy everything that, like, you held dear. To me, that crumbled me and that broke me. I used to talk, well, not used to. When things get really bad, I talk to Kitty about that, like, constantly. Like, hey, I can't sleep tonight because I am terrified of what I'm gonna experience in my sleep. Sorry, I'm replying to Tammy at the same time, talking about her friend Roland, who's going to be on this show alone on the History Channel, which I mentioned before. It's like I'm plugging things in. But yeah, like I'm completely terrified of Xavier's mother, and I just need to find a way to kind of be able not to get over that fear because that takes time, but more or less be able to be in the same room without disassociating. And she's like, I've seen you go through situations. There are situations that you have told me. There are situations of that your caseworkers have told me. Situations that other people have told me about your life where things have been rough and you have stepped up. if a house was on fire, you'd run inside to save people. If you were driving a car and it got flipped, you would do whatever it took to handle that situation. When it comes to your son's mother, you completely just kind of like break. And I'm like, that sucks for a person who, like, I know to a certain degree, if it's just me and there's something I need to do, I just do it. Or something that needs to be done, let me just say it like that, something that just needs to be done, I'll just do it. So to have Xavier's mom there and like, I just kind of like, well, I don't want to be here. My mind just kind of boom. All right, then another persona comes in. What Annette is more or less hoping to work on is the idea like I need to get over that because what needs to be done is that I need to be present and be able to present. And at the very least, even if I happen to rescind, step back a little bit. I cannot step back completely. I need to, if I feel like okay, well, mentally, Simon might be able to give you more details about this particular X, Y, or Z thing, or maybe James might be able to communicate this better than I can. I need to be able to utilize their abilities and still be able to be in control. So we were talking a lot about that last week, and so maybe this Friday, which I probably have to put on my calendar, we are going to like usually whenever we had the face to face, we would actually do mock thing, like a mock trials, if you will. It will be Annette, me, and my partner from Skills A. So hold on, let me write this down first. Annette at 12. Yeah, okay. And progress was being made where like they would find out more about things that happened and more about the trauma and everything else like that. And keep in mind, it's not like she tried to kill me. It was just the idea of being so close to somebody to only have that person who you gave almost everything to this could be like, nope, not good enough. This other person who's a random what was his name, Tom, Dick, or Harry is better than you. And it's kind of like I gave everything. I have isolated people, and I've been through all this before in other videos. I'm not gonna bore you guys with the details, but it was just really detrimental to me to know that, to feel that, to experience that, and to realize that nothing I did would be able to save that. Hunter always says, like, yeah, man, you're always trying to save people and everything else, but here you are drowning, and who's here to help you? I'm like, well, I got people. Like, no, you got to rely on yourself, which is why 2019 was all about me building on myself, relying on myself. And I realized even now, like, a situation happened today where CJ came back. Yeah, I get that. CJ came back for a little bit, and he brought his girlfriend, whatever, flavor of the week, whatever. And he comes back and he's just standing behind, we're all eating at the table and he's just standing out over there with his girlfriend, like, in the same room in the corner. And it's kind of like, well, we're all done eating. Everybody just kind of like, looking around like we don't really want to talk with, CJ around. I'm like, I'm going to get the dishes, get this table cleared out so I can be out on my way. And, him and his girlfriend kind of like standing in the door. And I'm like, excuse me, as I'm going through back and forth, back and forth. And, see, his girlfriend was like, hey, I'm sorry I'm always in your way. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. She's like, oh yeah, just tell him to go fuck off and then still move out the way. And I'm like, okay, so let it go. It's not that big of a deal. It's obvious that, we all kind of understand this is just who CJ is now. Me getting into an argument about it is not going to change nothing. And it doesn't really matter because in a couple months it'll be gone anyway. But, I think Chuck overheard that. And he was like, look, I know you're my son. I get that. And I love you. But do not come into my house and disrespecting people. You can disrespect me, as in Chuck. And he was like, yeah, you can disrespect me. I'm your dad. I can take that shit. I've been taking that shit ever since you were a baby. But do not disrespect somebody who's here helping us and you just standing there in his way. And he's like, oh, I didn't mean nothing by it. If Nick had a problem, you say something. I'm like, if I say something now, I'm going to jail. Because it's going to escalate. Because I know who I am. I know who I am and I know what would happen. It will eventually become confrontational and it will eventually become confrontational and things will get bad. And I'm trying to not be, like, I went to anger management because I do have an anger issue whenever I allow, not when I allow that to get the better of me. Allow just like I mentioned before with Hunter saying that, like, your life is just a series of dumb shit. So sometimes the dumb shit pisses me off, and I happen to kind of go off. When it goes off, you know, bad things happen. So I'm trying, like keep in mind the incident of 2016 was a completely inwardly bad thing that happened. Like Xavier's mom did and said stuff, but rather than me taking it out on other people, I took it out on myself, and that got me in trouble. But I also know that, in my mind when that was happening, I was like, it's not worth getting into it because he's not worth messing up all the progress I've done in my life so far right here. And Chuck was like, look, don't do that. Nick has really been a great help to this family. He's done nothing but been helpful here. So he's the last person. And CJ's like, I didn't mean it like that, da da da. And Chuck's like, look, just don't do it again. So she's like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna go outside. And Chuck's like, okay, well, if you're not gonna respect this household, yeah, that's kind of where you need to be, because people who are here to help. People who are here are good people. And if you cannot respect the people and the goodness that the people in this house do, yeah, everybody has their flaws, but like, if you cannot respect that, especially in my house that you are not part of anymore, maybe outside might be the best place for you right now. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but like, whenever like he left to make sure, like, CJ wasn't like, I don't know, I don't know. But when he came back, I was like, yo, thank you for standing up for me, because I knew if I did, things were gonna like escalate. Because what would happen is I would try to stand up for myself. He'd do something that would make me feel stupid. I would try to retaliate using words, which would make me sound even dumber. And I'm like, all right, well, fuck that. And then I would just start like getting aggravated, like actually angry and hostile. And I'm trying to avoid being that guy again. Even though sometimes I can feel that guy come back, I still feel that does sometimes like creep up on me. Like, oh, I feel, ooh. So I've learned to kind of like, okay, stop. Don't let that person be that person anymore, because you promised your son you would not be that person anymore. And like, I promised him that when he was born, like, yo, I'm not gonna be that middleman anymore. I'm not gonna be that enforcer anymore. I'm not gonna be that if you need something, Nick will be able to help you with that. If like burn notice, like, MacGyver, like not like smart, but like, all right, you need something, let me see if I can do anything to speed up the process, kind of thing. But the fact that Chuck stood up for me, like, granted, he probably just stood up for his household, which I completely understand, but I'm part of that in a way. So like, I did appreciate that. I'm like, hey, thank you for that. So that's not even on the list. I start going off. Jack's talking. Yeah, buddy. He's saying that I've had YouTube as long as he's been alive, and yeah, I had it since I was in college. What else? I've been playing Fantasy Star Online with Tyler. We've been trying to get Nakoma to play. She's like, I play. I'm like, we've never seen you play. The game doesn't even register you as a player. So like, I don't know who you're trying to fool. It ain't us. So we'll believe it whenever we see your character save the world with us. So like, I'm beginning to see that me, Tyler, and Nakoma are kind of bonding again. It's just really kind of cool. I'm liking that. Nakoma has had her friend Riley here for a while. It's good to have a friend here, especially with the situation that's been going on. So it's just nice that Nakoma doesn't feel alone, because she is the youngest one here. So sometimes having somebody else here, like especially in that age, to have somebody else that is close to your age to talk to and associate with, like with at least me, like, if I need to talk to somebody, I get to I can talk to Sue, or most of the people I tend to talk to, sadly enough, happen to be in my head. But I also have Josh. I have that. Matter of fact, Zach came over today, like I mentioned about the whole Rogue One thing. So like, I have those outlets, but someone as young as Nakoma, who doesn't have to worry about, I guess, adult things. He's like, okay, well, other than tell me to do chores, what else what else you want to talk about? But then, I let her borrow a couple games. She borrowed World War Z. World War Z. There we go. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Freaking love that game. She also borrowed Anthem, which, I don't care what y'all think. I like Anthem. She borrowed one other game. She borrowed Need for Speed. The one that's called just Need for Speed. Where is that? I don't know. It was around here somewhere. But she brought it down like, look, you might like Need for Speed Heat better. You're not keeping that, but tell me what you think. So probably in a day or two, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna need that game back because I gotta burn up the streets. I also realized when I drive, I need to stop driving like I stole my own car. I don't know, driving stick, just like, just feeling the power, feeling the loudness, and just being able to shift. I tend to go a little bit faster than I should, so I need to start controlling my speed and let that be my new challenge. Be able, like, okay, let's see if I can stay underneath the speed limit. I don't need to go 5 above. I don't need to go 10 above. I can go, speed limit or less. So I might make that a personal challenge for the month of May. Um, but yes, we're connecting a little bit more. We're talking a little bit more. Especially me and Tyler. What else is there? For those of you guys who got your stimulus checks, congratulations. You guys have an extra source of income for the month of April. And word on the street is that you might be getting some more. People, however, like me and other people in my situation who have happened to live off government fundings, we did not get that. Because freelancing does not count as an actual job, especially when it's the kind of freelancing that I do. So I thought I was getting my check about 2 weeks ago, and I still don't got that check, which is okay because, like you guys obviously don't know my finances, but when I had the Better Me committee meeting, I already established to everybody that knows me, these are my finances. I pay everything off in the first week of the month. The second week of the month might be some things that got strangled, kind of like not left behind, but kind of like slacking behind. Um, um, but most of like all the time, my bills are paid. Like I mentioned last week, whenever I talked to Sue about, like, she's like, "Oh, what happened if you happen to be a little bit late on your rent?" I'm like, I have never been late on my rent, not once. Not once have I been late on rent. Not once have I been late on bills. Why? Because that stuff immediately comes out of my account. The moment money is in my account, things get withdrawn. I'm like, oh, cool. What I see is what I get to use. So, like, I don't have that issue. So, like, the fact that the stimulus check didn't come in is not really that big of a deal for me because all my bills are already kind of taken care of already for the most part. Now, keep in mind, there are things in the past because the past, like, for instance, the incident of 2014 caused a little bit, financial hiccup because I still had an apartment when I was in jail for like at least a month. So I'm still kind of paying for that. Some of the services that were still left on because of whatnot and what have you. I still need to pay off some of that. Sorry, burping. So much talking. Oh God, so much talking. I've been talking for like 56 minutes now. um, Sorry, I'm making a comment to Jack's comment here because Jack's the only one in the room. At least the only one typing. Uh, it's not that we're speed demons. We were just that good enough drivers to know when there's a like. So I like taking the back roads when I drive because I can drive slow and kind of enjoy the scenery, enjoy the driving without having to worry about someone, trying to kiss my bumper kind of thing. But when I'm on the main road, I'm like, all right, I gotta be away from these people. 3 seconds behind me, 3 seconds ahead of me. Sometimes it's like 1 second behind me because the person behind me is like, I wanna kiss his bumper. I'm like, you need to back up. but but I don't know, driving for me, just like, I think there is a NASCAR blood in me, or like, racer blood in me, which is why I have mostly driving games and everything else like that. But yeah, the stimulus check hasn't come, and it kind of worries me. But at the same time, it's kind of like, well, if I don't get it, I'm still gonna be good. If I get it, I'll be better. That'd be great if I got it. But without it, it's not like I am like, oh, now I can't make ends meet. Like, I made ends meet now, and being able to still be able to move forward in my life the with the resource that I have now, and thanks to Simon being able to help with the finances and everything. I was like, okay, well, this should go to here, this should go here. That's everything we need to take care of, and then he'll quietly add and stop helping people, and I'm like, well, the world only gets better when we make it better, So, um, but all right. So remember when I said, like, all right, the first week of the month I always get everything paid, and sometimes the second week of the month things that kind of like get like dripped on to the second week. One of the things that kind of kept getting dripped back and back was my Xbox Game Pass. So I actually don't have that now, so that I can redo it in the first of the month, so that I know that, okay, that's one of the things that immediately gets taken out. Or if I need to take it out completely, I can. Well, I really don't need the 100+ games. I don't, because most of the games that I do play, I already own. So it might be a good idea that I let that go. Maybe. Because I still have my membership. I still have gold, so I can still play online. I still have all the access of gold that I still have. I just don't have the library. It's like I'm paying the $15 for the library subscription, which I use sometimes. Like, there are a couple games that I do play on Game Pass, but like, if I need to drop that, I can, and I might. Now that I realize I've been like a week without it. Like I said, I don't really play Fantasy Star Online, and I have a working CD drive. Unlike Tyler, he doesn't have a working CD drive whenever for his Xbox. So he might need to be able to download all of his games. So I don't think I might not. Who knows? Maybe on the first, I might be like, you know what? I haven't needed it. If I need it again, then I'll get it. But if not, then I'll probably just spend $10 on just to keep the Game Pass and let that keep rolling. I mentioned before that CJ came back for a visit or whatever. Bobby left. I think I mentioned that last week, but like there was a situation that happened this week where Bobby just kind of just walked in, and everybody was just kind of like he just kind of walked through the house to get to the other side. And it's like, what? Because in a way, he's still Chuck's son, and I get that, and I'm not, and I have to respect that, because it's kind of like, well, I understand that. I understand that. But at the same time, it's like, if you move out, you don't just walk into any house. Like, even if I when I move out and I come back to visit, I'm not just gonna be like, yo, what's up, bitches? I'm gonna be like, knock, knock, hey guys, it's me. Came by for a visit. I'm gonna be here about maybe 5 to 10 minutes, or I'm gonna be here for like whatever event you guys have going on. But Bobby's Bobby. That's always been Bobby. And CJ's just more or less kind of always been CJ. That's always kind of been him. So it's kind of like, are you going to expect different things from people who don't change? Not really. You much rather be surprised when they do change, but the norm is that they are always going to be who they are. They might improve, but they're still going to be them. Granted, you can't say the same thing about me, because honestly, the next time people might see me, I might not be me. But that's neither here or there. It was just one of those things I began to realize that, it's that level of awkwardness that's being felt. And it's not necessarily any fault. I'm not trying to badmouth anybody. That's not my intentions. That's not my goal. That's not what I'm trying to do. But it also more or less reinforces the idea of Operation R, the thing that I've been trying to work on. Matter of fact, the application is right there. So as soon as the first, because I have to wait for the first to come around to be able to make sure that I get certified mail on that one. Because everything that I'm sending out on the first week of May has to be certified now, because I have to make sure it gets to where it needs to get to, or else I won't know that it got there. And they're like, "Oh, we never got your application." Well, I got this receipt saying that it went there. So that's going to be sent out on the first week. The custody modification papers first week. There's something else that's being sent out on the first week. I believe it must be the expungement papers that I'm sending out. That's going to be certified mail as well, just to make sure that they know that I'm making sure that they got it. They can't be like, "Oh, we never got it." I'm like, according to this, documentation here, it looks like, someone signed for it. So show me wherever Joseph Doe happens to be. Let me talk to him. Maybe he might have some answers for me. So I have to wait for this Friday, and then send everything out the following Monday, and making sure I could probably send things out on Friday if I could do it right. What else is going on? Sam's caseworker changed because reasons. I swear to goodness, service access management. I love their service. I do not like the fact that I am constantly reintroduced to new people. Granted, I think the person that I've been communicating via text messages for the past week has been a supervisor that I have encountered before. It is still slightly on the annoying side that I have to get used to somebody else new because it's a supervisor. She's not my caseworker. She's going to give me somebody else eventually whenever this whole C virus thing clears up. But like it's just one of those like you know consistency helps things move a lot smoother because whenever we meet or whenever we have a conversation, she's gonna be like, "Well, what do you need?" And my next statement's gonna be like, "What did you read from my file?" So I know I don't have to start from the beginning to catch you up on what needs to be done and why it needs to be done this particular way. Um, so there's that, and I'm actually kind of wrapping it up. I'm thinking that maybe next time I do this video, I might try to see if I have some background music, like really, really low, so it's like just not my constant voice all the time. Because I'm pretty sure, like if you guys, if I'm getting as sick as my voice as I'm getting, you guys must be totally sick of my voice by now. Um, but with that honestly being said, I don't have much else to say. I'm very obviously excited about the whole dinner thing with Donna that's happening tomorrow, Wednesday. Super excited about that. Super excited about this weekend. I'm gonna because this week I'm practicing on Dragon Ball Z, Rainbow Six, Tekken 7, Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm practicing on that. Um, Jack wants to play Xbox with me. Keep in mind, I don't just play Xbox with just anybody. You have to be good. You have to not be annoying. Like even Tyler, I love Tyler to death, but sometimes he talks too much. I'm like, yo, what mission do you want us to do? Let's get that done. And we can get that done because I'm not the talk. I'm not the chatterbox. Like doing this is hurtful. It is hurting my throat so bad. Um, but like at the same time, I like playing with little Jack. It's sometimes annoying because I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing right? I completely forgot. All right, so for some of you who have Fortnite, and this is a video that's actually on my Twitch too, so check that out. And I'm gonna potentially post on my YouTube because is that great of experience. An artist by the name of Travis Scott, I believe, had this huge event happening on Fortnite, and me and Nakoma were actually we planned to go to the to the online event concert thing. Is this rapper doing a concert? And like I saw my boy Corey, aka C Fish, play. I seen a little bit of his gameplay. I'm like, wow, I gotta check that out. So I told Nakoma about it, and she's like, I bet. I'm like, yo, you want to come to this thing with me? Like, quote unquote, come with this thing with me? She's like, yeah, sure. Because last concert we went to was 2015. We saw Theory of the Dead Man together. She was on my shoulders. That's how small she was. We saw Theory of the Dead Man together. It was the first day I got kicked out of Linnan's place and the first day that I moved in here. Um, but yeah, like, that was the last concert we actually went to together. And she's like, yeah, let's go to this. And it was tremendously awesome. Yeah, 15 minutes long, but like, shoot, it was like fashionably late. Like, we were trying to be in the same party. It didn't work. Her thing wouldn't link up. Then I had to link up to hers. And we came there like 2 minutes later. What did we miss? Boom. If you want to see how crazy it is, check out my Twitch. It's the Fortnite Travis Scott presents Astronomical, I think it was called. I'm gonna upload it to my YouTube in a couple of days. I'm gonna try to clean it up a little bit because there's a lot of downtime and I can't clean up the audio. I can't fix that. The concert was actually loud, which is great. It made me feel like this is actually a concert going on. That was like one of the coolest parts of like this last weekend, last weekend. That one she went, Riley came with us too. So like our little avatars, like boom, just going through so much. Like once I cannot explain this trip to you, this craziness. The fact that we were able to practice this social distancing and still go to a concert. I mean, that was just crazy to us. So like check it out. You might be able to hear my excitement over the music. You probably won't, but like I was just like, whoa, man, this is just crazy. This is cool. I lost the comb in the crowd. Riley Summer over there too. Man, this is nuts. Like, man, like I like those kind of things, and I hope that more gaming communities do things like that because that is just awesome. All right, so I'm running out of things to say, and I'm definitely over my hour limit. Thank you, therapist, but aka therapist camera. um. I don't know. I don't got nothing else to say. Whoop. There we go. And I'm not going to bed. No, I probably am going to work on more of that the Streamlab stuff there. I might even practice some Dragon Ball Z before going to bed, so I get my fingers ready. I probably need to work on the whole Yu-Gi-Oh deck thing. I need to figure out what I'm gonna wear for this dinner that I'm going out to tomorrow because I don't want to look like a bum. I got my visitation tonight with Xavier, which is gonna be freaking awesome. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet because we've kind of been riding by the seat of our pants. We've been kind of like doing a lot of the brain quest here. I'm not down this weekend. This is an up week, so hopefully I can keep this energy going, keep the energy flowing. So that's going to hopefully be a good thing. I'll tell you guys how the dinner goes. You guys can watch me whoop Hunter's ass this weekend. That's gonna be fun. We're gonna try to regulate it so that we can kind of stream the entire thing, the different games in like one huge stream. Or maybe we should break it up. I don't know. I'll probably have to talk to him about that. I can't even make a note about it right now because it'll take me too long to open up. Because I'm trying to let you guys go. It's been an hour and 9 minutes. I definitely want to let you guys go in the next minute. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being there. Thank you for communicating and talking and just being a little bit more part of what I am. Thank you, Jack, for commenting and everything else. Dude, you're one of the coolest cousins baby cousins I got. Tell Zach, tell Catherine, tell Captain. I said hi and I miss him. Tell your mom, tell auntie, hey auntie, hey, tell your dad, hey Uncle Larry, how you guys doing? I just miss you all. I'm just really busy. I got a lot of things trying to go on. The skills, we're still trying to work on Operation R. With Sam's, we're doing the expungement thing. OVR, we're still working on the CPS position. The specialist, we're still working on everything dealing with the legacy project. Yeah, just constantly keep doing things, and that doesn't include the stuff that I'm helping with Chuck. Apparently we might be helping out Josh. Josh is actually being more helpful around the house, so that's always a good thing. Sue's not feeling well; she's getting these migraines, which is really bad. Even though things might seem crazy, I know they're sleeping, buddy. Whenever they get the opportunity, it's freaking like 2:30 at night. I'm not expecting anybody to be out. But yeah, like even though things are crazy, one, it's life. Two, we'll find a way to work through it because that's life. And I forgot yesterday was some good news, so I better go check that out. I'm gonna see if there's any actual good news by John Krudensky, the guy who was in office. Jack Ryan. He actually auditioned. Jack, you're starting to lose points of being my favorite cousin. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Yeah, I better go. I'll see you guys later. And you guys have a good week, okay? Later.